Hello, everyone. Hello, beautiful light workers, beautiful star seeds. Good evening or good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at in this beautiful planet Earth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's hope everyone gets settled in. Let's get tuned in. Let everyone go ahead and trickle in. Hello, star seeds. Welcome to my channel. And of course, like you guys all know, please leave where we are interconnecting. So where on this planet are you located at? We would love to know how we are interconnecting this grid. Hello, everyone. And also a reminder too, I channel and I'm an open vessel to source, and that means I need lots of water. So anytime I take a drink of water, I highly, highly, highly recommend you go ahead and take a drink of water. I'm also going to be talking about water programming and crystals and a ton of things about crystals. Tons and tons of things. I've got lots of topics to go dive into slightly a little bit just to help beginners better understand the power and how you can utilize crystals for your spiritual awakening, for your ascension. And I know crystals is so huge right now. And I know a lot of people are beginning to become more attracted to crystals. Crystals are starting to become more into people's reality because people, you guys, everyone is waking up. So when these crystals come into your life, it's definitely for a huge, huge purpose. 144, right when I said that. So hello, everyone. Go ahead and take a sip of water if you feel the call. Of course, you know, our body, we know, is made up of 70% water. So with that being said, as we go through the spiritual awakening, it's important to understand that as conscious beings, we should actually program our water. So every time we fill up our water saying a beautiful intention of something of recalibrating or balancing out your energy, of more abundance, activating the light within, anything to do with high rising your energy and your frequency through your water. So you can have more steps to this. Where's everyone connecting from? I'd love to see everyone. Hi, Dina. Hi, Tina. Tina. Hello. Hi, Cassie. Thank you guys all for coming. I hope you guys like my beautiful background. I felt it was appropriate since all of my live streams truly are teachings. They're truly lessons. This is the Starseed Mystery School. So why not have a better background than this, right? Yeah. Hi, Plato. Thank you for tuning in. So a little bit of a background. Okay, so, you know, even if you're not a beginner, if you're like an intermediate crystal expert, I highly recommend tuning in, staying for a little bit, because I'm going to be diving into so much that, you know, it's really important. When you hear information twice, there's a reason. If you hear it a third time, there's definitely reason. You definitely need to be listening. So if things are being repeated, maybe it's something that we need to refresh into our ritual, into our daily practice. And so let's go ahead and get started, you guys. So this live stream is going to be all about crystals, connecting, healing, and programming for beginners. So what I mean by beginners, I'm just going to describe step by step everything in the ABCs 1, 2, 3s, really. So the beginning of the Starseed Mystery School, I really wanted to actually more so focus on people who are beginning their awakening, people who are beginning their spiritual ascension even. A lot of the information that I have is for people who are just experiencing it or need an understanding of how to better just let it integrate of what's happening, because there's no school for what we're going through. There's no lessons that we ever learned growing up about us awakening. We were never taught that even our soul would be awakened, at least not me. Yes. So you guys, thank you for so much for tuning in. Welcome, welcome, beautiful starseeds. Do not forget to like and subscribe if you feel the call to support my channel, and also interact with me. I would love to know again where you guys are from, and if anything resonates. Remember, we like to play games here. Go ahead and leave that crystal ball. I wish emojis had crystals, but they have the crystal ball, so we're going to use that. So anytime anything resonates, go ahead and leave a crystal ball, because that's so much fun, and I love to hear and see that you guys are listening, you guys are keeping up, and that you guys really are picking up and attuning to this frequency. So really, really cool. More sips of water. All right. So where are we all connecting from? Dina, where are you at now, girlfriend? You are all over the world. Egypt, Alaska, all over the sea. She's a voyager for sure. I love it. Hi, Michael. Thank you so much for tuning in. Michael Rolla. All right. So this is a disclaimer for all of my live streams, to all of my viewers and subscribers to my channel, okay? The more people waking up, the more the 5D consciousness is integrated into the collective consciousness timelines. The more we come together through unity and community, the more we can fulfill the New Earth prophecy. It is a collective effort, you guys. This is the reason why I'm an emissary for the evolution of humanity. The bringing of the New Earth, the 5D consciousness, and decentralization, it's because decentralization is self-sustaining. It's helping people better understand, helping humanity better understand how to become self-sustaining humans through self-sustaining communities, and also the redistribution and transfer of wealth and power back to its people. So I like to give everyone a disclaimer before I start any of my videos, because you guys need to know exactly who I am, what my mission is, and my integrity behind all of these live streams. So use discernment in all that you absorb through your perceptions. Let this live be an exercise of your discernment and your heart opening, and discernment levels are on and activated. All right, now let's get started. And remember, you guys, any questions at all, you have anything about crystals or your specific crystals, anything you want to know, go ahead and leave me a question and I will get back to you. I'll go ahead and answer that. All righty. All right, you guys. So remember, this is for people who are beginners, people who are beginning to connect with crystals, where crystals are coming into one's life, right? Or you are just interested now into crystals. So crystals are healing tools. They're used for healing modalities, and a healing modality could be Reiki. It could be Qigong. It could be any type of form that people use for healing, body, mind, and soul, spiritual healing. And crystals are huge. I know a lot of people, when they're beginning to dive into spiritual awakening, they start to see beautiful rocks like these. This is my beautiful amethyst, and one of my first rocks I've ever had, and it's always been with me. I've actually picked up so many rocks during my spiritual awakening, but only a handful have stayed with me. And I think also too, as I go through my awakening, I start to realize, okay, I need this crystal for this or this crystal for that. And I started to build a conscious relationship with each one of my crystals. So this is my amethyst one. I got this in Mount Shasta. And another thing with me, okay, is that as you begin to go through your awakening and your ascension, for so many years, you begin to get the hang of things. And so for me, my energy, I don't resonate with going to every single crystal shop that comes my way. I honestly have a very select few locations of where I purchase crystals. And so I just went into my local town and I found a beautiful crystal shop that resonates with me. The energy in there is super beautiful, super grounded, and in alignment with my frequency. So my soul has given me access, granted, to go ahead and purchase crystals from this place. So this one is actually from Mount Shasta, okay? And so I got this about 2 years ago. Actually, I got this on my first retreat. on the spring equinox of 2019, I hosted my first retreat in Mount Shasta, and I picked up this beautiful amethyst. And amethyst has really connected with me because of the work that I do, the healing work that I do, the energetic healing that I do. In the beginning of my awakening, I was really in connection with Saint Germain and the violet flame. And so some of you guys know my healing business is the violet flame quantum healing. A couple years ago, it was violet flame Reiki. And so I have always been connected to amethyst. Amethyst is actually a crystal that many people are dominantly connected to with the third eye or the crown. So this even though this is a huge slab of amethyst, I literally put it on my head whenever I lay down and I do meditation, whenever I feel called. I don't do it all the time. But this really helps ground my energy. And I want to tell you guys why. See, this is personal. And if you were to get anything out of this crystal lesson, it's to help you better understand that your answers do not come out from a book. They come from here. So if you go ahead and look at a crystal dictionary and look up black tourmaline and look up all of the healing properties, that's great. You know, let your heart do the generating. Let it become the reactor. Let it use your discernment through the heart. So when you're reading these crystals, right, what rings true for you? If something rings true for you, okay, then that's definitely a healing property of what you're looking up, okay? So for me personally, I connect with amethyst, and I still do. It's one of the most used crystals that I use, one of my most favorites, because my energy, you guys, I'm always in the etheric realms, and I really need to be grounded all the time. So what is interesting, okay, I don't use a grounding crystal. I use a higher chakra, a higher, like a crown or a third eye activation crystal to stabilize and balance my energy, because I'm always so much in the higher realms. But that's just personally me. Everyone's different. So sometimes if you're always in the realms, in the etheric realm, you know, you're very up, so in the upper chakras, and you need to ground down. Sometimes some people do need grounding crystals, you know, like black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is actually a great crystal for grounding. Okay, so I just wanted to go ahead and share a little bit about how crystals are healing tools for your ascension. Okay, so now since we are on that topic of healing, let's talk about amethyst for a second. So like I said, I put this on my head and I just lay down and I go ahead and I meditate with it. So when I say I meditate with it, okay, let's just back up. Okay, go ahead, lay down, and I get my breath into its natural rhythm, you know, its natural flow. That when the breath and the body is just in sync, like you feel like the ascension waves, right? Your breath is like water. Then I would place the crystal, because now that your energy, you consciously grounded your energy, I want you now to become aware of how your energy shifts when you put the amethyst on your third eye. So for me, it grounds all of my energy. It's all up, and they go zzz, and then it goes back into alignment, zzz, and then zzz. It's like I all come back to one, zzz, back to center. So that is why I use amethyst a lot, and it still resonates with me. Even though I've transitioned from Violet Flame Quantum Healing to the Starseed Mystery School, amethyst is still such a strong, potent crystal for me, you guys. So let's go ahead and check you guys' comments, see what's up. Dina! Oh, you're heading to Alaska. Dude, that's so awesome. Tulsa, hey. Yes. The questions I have off the top of my head: how to meditate with them? Which hand do you hold it in? Do you place in your forehead? Okay, Cassie, these are all great questions, okay? And with my style of teaching when it comes to the awakening is I truly want you to awaken to your own intuition. So all of these questions that you have, I can give you an answer, but it's important for you to find your answer. So say, for instance, you say, do you place it on your forehead? Well, you place it on your forehead whenever you feel called, whenever you feel ready. For me personally, before I place my crystal onto my forehead, I have to, I make sure that I consciously ground my energy and I make sure I'm back into balance. That way I'm aware, okay, my perception levels are on. I become aware of the shifts in my energy. So when I put this on it, now I feel the shift in energy. Oh, okay, I feel the difference now. Okay. Or then I feel lighter, or I even feel like maybe like the sun inside of my heart begins to expand. Okay. So how to meditate with them, again, is like however you feel called. But for, let's say, beginners who are just beginning, I definitely recommend choosing any crystal of your desire, okay? Whether it's amethyst or rose quartz or selenite or clear quartz, anything. Hold it into your hand and go ahead and talk to it, communicate with it. And I'm going to get into how we communicate with it and all of those beautiful things. So also too, which hand do you hold it in? It really depends on you. I know that there's some people who believe there's a left and a right. It's a transfer of energy. And of course there is. But again, it also depends on the person and where you're at in your spiritual awakening. So for me, I can say that my energy, okay, I'm left-handed. There's another thing. So remember, everyone's energy is differently. I can say that my left hand gives out energy and my right hand receives energy. But for dominant people, most collective, it's the opposite. But I can literally feel right now me giving off energy off this one and receiving here. But then again, we can easily just give from both and receive from both. Okay, so if you want, go ahead and try. How does it feel on the left hand? How does it feel on the right hand? Does the size of the stone matter? Really, it truly doesn't. But for instance, okay, this is a huge stone and most people wouldn't put this on their forehead, but because I'm a crazy person and I love amethyst, I totally would. But this would definitely be more something that people would put on their head. But here's the thing is my energy, my third eye energy is not attuned to this one. It's attuned to this one. This amethyst, another thing about buying crystals at locations, it's very important because it's tuned to the land frequency as well. Also where it's sourced from. So this isn't sourced from Mount Shasta. I'm sure it's sourced in South America, but the fact that I bought it in Mount Shasta, it holds the Mount Shasta frequency. So I put this on my third eye, and this one right here, this is so beautiful. I got this in the Grand Canyon in Arizona. And so this is such a powerful, potent healing crystal for me, but it's more of a grounding, masculine grandfather energy to me. So you guys can see that we have two of the same crystals, but the fact that I got them from different places and they're completely different beings. They're completely different life forces, you guys. That means they can be attuned with whatever you feel that they should be attuned with for your energy and your healing and your ascension. So etiquette, crystal etiquette 101 tip. It's beautiful to have your crystals. It's beautiful to show. But for the most part, most people who have crystals, and crystals too, they'll talk to you, they'll tell you if they would just like to be private, if they'd just like to be intimate. Usually no one is really supposed to hold your crystals. That is just the cultural etiquette of crystals and crystal people and people who use crystals. But again, if you feel like, hey, my sister is having a bad day, she needs to hold this, by all means, absolutely, because these are healing tools. But don't forget too that you have tools, you have crystals. Say if you're a healer, right? You have your healing tools for your personal healing, and then you have your healing tools for your clients or when you're doing energy healing sessions and things like this. So this one is super beautiful, and actually one of my very first ones I got maybe in 2015. This is a clear quartz, and it is shaped, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's shaped in a way where you can see its point. It has one point. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. And it doesn't have an actual point. It actually, you can see there's like a little flat tip at the end. So I'll get more into how you can read this crystal, because this crystal is a great crystal to dissect. I want to show you guys how to activate your crystal, how to find the activation portal of your crystal, how to attune your energy to your crystal, and truly, like, even the beings, the crystal beings or the crystal cities within the crystals. It gets very, very high rise as you go dive deep more into your crystal healing. So let's have a sip of water. Clear quartz. I find sometimes that some crystals disappear or get lost. Is that because we don't resonate with it, or do they run away? Oh, that is a very great question, Dina. And honestly, it depends. Sometimes it's both. You have great explanations, because sometimes it could be one or the other. For sometimes, if you lose it and you misplace it, definitely you're not meant to have it at this point in time. It's just like it's not meant to be with you. It's not meant to be in your reality. It's just not in alignment with your frequency at this point in time. But if it pops back up, then by all means, it's definitely meant to be there. Just for that moment in time, it didn't need to be there. But this is why it's important to activate and to communicate with your crystals, because just like my voice, you'll be able to hear, oh yeah, that's Starseed's voice. Or if I hear Cassie's voice, oh yeah, that's Cassie. So the voice of your crystal, it has a specific voicing grid pattern. You'll be able to hear, like for this one, for me, this has got a very, not a grandfatherly, not as much as this one, but see, this is a very grounding masculine stone, black tourmaline. It's got a masculine tone, but not so much a grandfather tone to me. So when we speak, when we communicate, it comes out in a manly way, a manly voice. So I hope that helps. I have lost crystals too, Dina. If it happens, it's supposed to. Absolutely. Yes, most definitely. So let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so you guys, I really wanted to talk about the Ethiopian Opal crystal, okay? This is something new that I got. This was, I think yesterday, which actually, okay, I did get it yesterday, because I realized, oh my gosh, I have to go live. My guides came so clear when I went to the crystal shop. She goes, you need to do this. You need to talk more about how to communicate and to connect with crystals, because there's so many people who are starting to resonate with it. So I wanted to show you guys my beautiful ring. And very, side note about me and background about me, I don't really wear jewelry that often, but when I do, I wear it almost every day. So pieces that I wear is pieces that I wear every day. So since my awakening, I've had a few pieces here and there, rings and stuff, but opal has always been so specific to me. The first ring that I ever got was an opal. So any precious gem that I've ever received was an opal. So I'm not sure if you guys can really see this, but it's super tiny, but it's got like a marbly white iridescent look. And that's what I love about opal, especially Ethiopian opal. So like there's like white opal, blue opal. This is just Ethiopian opal because it's so tiny. So what's really, really cool, what I love about this ring, and I wanted to point it out, you guys, because, we have crystals, we have them that where we can just go ahead and put them in our house, or we can actually wear them. So for me, I actually have this Ethiopian opal. And this Ethiopian opal, I have programmed it. I've activated it. I have attuned it to my energy, and I have programmed it. So all of those three, and I'm going to explain to you what I have programmed this with. And so for me personally, anytime I wear jewelry, it's important, especially if it has a precious gem. And remember, I never looked up the healing properties of Ethiopian opal. It just called to me and I knew I had to have it. So I have programmed this Ethiopian opal to hold specific energetic protection on myself and my e-fields. And I won't get too specific of exactly how I programmed it, but I just want to let you know that what this beautiful ring has been programmed with is for when I'm out in public, when I'm out in town, because I'm out in the sticks and it takes me about 20 minutes to get into town, grocery stores, Target, things like that. It is programmed for when I'm out around humans that my energy, my E-fields are cloaked and also has an energetic dome shield protection. Okay. And so I programmed it literally minutes later. My son goes, wait, mom, are you in here? Are you in the car? And I was like, wow, that's so potent. So it's definitely doing its thing. Okay. So I want you guys to know, as you begin to become more advanced crystal experts, you can program these things. And again, you don't have to be an expert. You can do it right now. I'm letting you guys know this information right now. You can go ahead and program your crystals, especially the ones that you wear. Like if you wear a necklace or things like that, program it, okay? Program it to your energy. You want to activate it, which I'm going to share with you guys how. And then you want to program it to do something, whether it's energetic protection, whether it's equalizing your energy, anything like that, okay? So I wanted to share with you guys this beautiful Ethiopian opal that I got. And I usually don't buy jewelry, but when I do, this means it's super important. So, all right, let's move on to the next one. I've got so many topics, you guys, and I'm so glad it is, what is it? It's Saturday, right? I never know my days, but I'm so glad it's the weekend at least, because that means I don't have a time crunch. I don't have to actually go ahead and be super quick about it. I can actually take my time. All right. Beautiful star seeds. How to attract the right crystals and choosing the right ones before buying. This one is super important, and I think really like the first basis, right? So sometimes we get the inkling, ooh, I think I want to go to the crystal shop tomorrow. And then you text your girlfriend, hey, do you want to go to the crystal shop and maybe get like a coffee and like hang out? That's usually what I do with my sisters. And so you guys go ahead and you meet up. And let's do a little disclaimer for crystal beginners. So before you meet up, I would set the intention when you're doing your morning meditation to go ahead and set the intention. So you want to, when you're in your meditation, you're already at your balanced frequency. You're already grounded in your energy, okay, with meditation. And if you guys want me to do a live stream on how to meditate and maybe some helpful guided meditations, drop down in the comments below, and I will definitely get that out to you guys if it's something that you want. So when you get into meditation in the morning, let's set the intention, say, you know what, higher self, I'm going to the crystal shop today. Please give to me, or please show me what I need. Okay, very simple. It could be very simple like that. So you go to the crystal shop and it's as easy as just seeing what resonates with you. But remember, you have to become aware. You got to ground your energy. You got to make sure you're balanced before you can become aware of the energy that you should be picking up on. Because our awareness, our perception levels are only clear and in alignment when we are in balance, when our energy is grounded. So I think this is a very important live to share. On my next one, I'll probably go ahead and talk about how to ground your energy. And I'm definitely going to be doing a 7-part series on the 7 primary chakras, what the characteristics are for underactive and an overactive root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. I'm going to do a 7-part series to better help people understand their chakras. And when you can better understand your chakra system, you'll better understand, okay, well, this is overactive. This is underactive. I need to do this. I need to do that to balance my energy centers. Okay. So this is one way that you can go ahead and attract the right crystals. Is setting the intention is always first, but then becoming aware. When you go into the crystal shop, go ahead and be aware. And then another way is you can scan. You're not a weirdo in a crystal shop. Trust me, there's tons of weirdos in crystal shops, and you're definitely not the weirdest one that's gone in. So with your hand, you can begin to scan. So say, for instance, I have crystals around. It's like, ooh. Well, if I don't automatically already see, like I'm not like already just like attracted to one, I just go ahead and you can scan and you can just feel the energy. Sometimes you can just close your eyes and just breathe. Get into your natural rhythm and flow. And when you feel something off, ooh, or not off, but just a little bit, ooh, yeah, this one feels right. This one right here. You know, begin to bioscan, or not bioscan. Begin to use your hand to scan what is in alignment with your frequency, because we are all codes. We're all identification codes. You know, the human is a soul identification. So crystals are also identification. You can also scan if you're at the grocery store and you're scanning for bananas. You can also be doing that as like a barcode, like deep, deep, deep. It's that one. You know, those are the bananas to get. So the same thing with crystals. You can go ahead and scan and deep, deep, deep. Yes, you guys. So those are just a few ways of how you can go ahead and attract the right crystals and buy the right crystals, okay? Oh, I have so many beautiful crystals energies like all surrounding me, and I'm going to show you guys in a minute. So how to connect, how to communicate, and how to listen with your crystals. This is important. And before anything that you do with your ascension, with your awakening, you must ground your energy. You must be at ground zero. You must be centered in order to become aware of the subtle differences that these crystals bring to you, right? And so I've been showcasing this beautiful big amethyst here, but I've got a lot of beautiful other ones too. But let's say, for instance, let's go ahead and try to communicate with this one. This one is a little showstopper and totally wants to hang out and be the life of the party with me. So we'll go ahead and attune with this beautiful amethyst. So again, you can go ahead and grab your crystal, whichever one you feel called to, whether it's selenite, larimar, labradorite. Some people are really connected to throat chakra crystals, okay? Whichever one you feel, go ahead and pick it up, and let's go ahead and connect and communicate and listen with our crystals, because this is the first step. Okay, we have to treat this because this is real life force energy. We must treat this like real life force energy. Okay, you know how vegans, you know, talk to their food and they're like love food and their relationship with food is just so beautiful. Yeah, same thing with your crystals. You have to have this beautiful, loving relationship with your crystals. So before we can activate them, before we can go ahead and attune them to our energy, we have to communicate and connect with them. So let's say, for instance, you just got your beautiful babe, or you've had it for years and now you're finally just going to go ahead and communicate with it. So just look at it. You know, it's very important to get your 5 physical senses connected, in connection with your crystal. It'll help the brain waving patterns of your brain and your heart be in alignment and connect with this heart alignment, okay? So that's how you connect. So maybe you can look at it, breathe into it, feel it. If you feel called to smell it, remember, you just want to be intimate and loving with your crystal. And so now that you've shown it physical love, let's go ahead and spiritually communicate with it. So go ahead right now. You can close your eyes wherever you're at, if you're holding your crystal, and let's take 3 deep breaths, okay? Through the nose, inhale. And through the mouth, exhale. And we want to do 3 of these grounding breaths with the crystal, slowly attuning to our energy and feeling the crystal as you have it in your hand. Now with your 3rd eye, let's go ahead and open. Actively open your 3rd eye with your eyes closed, heart open. The heart is doing all the activating. 3rd eye is open. Now connecting to your beautiful crystal. And let's go ahead and breathe in this beautiful crystal. What kind of air quality is it? What does it smell like? Are you starting to hear the voices? Maybe you can even hear the voice of your crystal now. Just slowly begin to attune. And if you're attuning with your crystal, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know how you guys are doing with this. And remember, everyone is different on a different pace. So go ahead and slowly breathe. Make sure you're getting attuned and becoming aware of your heart space. Staying consciously in your heart space, allowing the heart to do all of the activation, connecting you to this crystal through the third eye, through the heart chakra. With your eyes closed, you should be envisioning your heart chakra and your third eye with light coming through, expanding and growing as you feel the heart chakra and the third eye activation of your crystal. So now you're beginning to spiritually align with the crystal. So go ahead and communicate with it now. You know, this moment, this time, this live is all for you to better understand how to connect with crystals. So this is the first step into connecting with your crystals. Even write down in your journal right now the sound, the characteristic of the sounds of the crystals. What does he sound like? She sounds like. They have the masculine and feminine energies. Trust me, I call my crystals he and she all the time. We've got private relationships. You know, we talk to each other all the time. Okay, so this is the first step. Connecting to your crystals is to communicate, okay? When you talk, you also communicate. It's also listening. Okay, so you're talking and they will talk back to you. Hello, who dis? But we've talked many times. I understand the characteristics of this voice. A lot of my crystals, even though they're super beautiful and feminine looking, they're pretty masculine. They help me with equalizing the divine masculine energy within me, you guys. Yes. So, oh, great, Cassie. That is so awesome. And see, like with your neck pain, if you are feeling neck pain, you can even put your amethyst or your selenite. I know you love selenite. You can attune your selenite to go ahead and take any dis-ease, any density, any lower vibration from a specific area or from all of your body. And with your selenite, you can go ahead and scan it. Or you can put it right here or right on your neck or wherever you feel. So I hope that helps. It's definitely lost to the digital void. Yeah, that intro is definitely lost the digital void. Okay, so how to activate your crystals, how to attune your crystals to your energy. So this is something that I learned just recently. This is something new that I've added to my connecting and my communication with my crystals. So I'm going to go ahead and let's show my beautiful Lumerian seed crystal. This is my Lumerian seed crystal and one of my favorites. And I didn't want to showcase her because she is very private and very intimate to me and my soul, but she wanted to come out and say hello. So this one is a Lumerian seed, but like I said, she's still this divine energy, and it makes me want to talk like this because this is my abundance talk. And she really likes to be held and kind of like a cat, like an Egyptian cat. So it's the energy that she gives me, you guys, okay? So how we can begin to communicate and to begin to feel the energy right away, begin to channel that energy right away. Begin to activate your crystals, okay? Attune the crystal to your energy. So I would say first step number one, get your journals down, you guys. Step number one, you want to connect, communicate, and listen to your crystals. Step number two is you want to activate your crystals. Step number three, you want to attune the crystals to your energy. So let's talk about how to activate the crystal, okay? This is very, very, very important. When you are starting to communicate, this is why when you connect, this is step one. Step one is to connect, communicate, and listen to your crystal. It is important to physically, literally dissect and see the points. See inside all of the this 5-dimensional and higher, these higher dimensional even cities that live in crystals. So that sounds crazy, right? Some people can say like, oh, for crystals beginners, that might sound a little crazy, but truly, this Lumerian seed crystals are from Lumeria. These were from the times of Lumeria, you guys. Like legit, I have a physical asset from Lumeria in my hands. This is why this is so just like holy moly, sacred temple, goddess Isis to me. Okay? Because this literally was from the times of Lumeria. So what you want to do is when you're looking at your crystals, okay, doesn't have to be Lumerian, any crystal, you want to look inside. Actually, this is not a great example. I'm going to go ahead and bring to my clear. This is a perfect example to show you guys. So you can go ahead and see how it has been heated and treated and really compressed, right? You can see inside all of this beauty, inside all these light activation codes. Literally, you can see the strands. Literally, those strands are light activation codes. Those are literally crystalline DNA. And so in every single crystal, really important, you guys listen to this, there is an unlocking point. There's an unlocking door mechanism where you can go ahead and activate the healing powers of this crystal. So once you find the point inside of your crystal, and you'll even see, sometimes it's even a rainbow. You'll see just a little rainbow point inside of your crystal, or sometimes it's just whatever you feel intuitively. If that's where the door is, okay, I see my portal. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but I can see my activation portal right here, and I can see it. It's a big heart, and it's literally like this, like a circle. So from my perception, I can see it. I'm not sure if you guys can, but I want you to go ahead and look. Let's see in this one as well. Here's another quartz colored. This one has been treated with multiple quartz in one. It kind of has an agate look. Agate is actually native to Montana, and why I love agate, and I felt called to this one. But right here, this is the activation portal to activate your crystal, to attune to your energy, okay? So this is where the activation portal is there. My activation portal into my clear quartz is there. It's really hard to see on the webcam, you guys, but I want you guys to be able to see, like, clear quartz is great for you if you see like a rainbow. That's usually going to be your portal to activate it, okay? So once we found the portal to activate your crystal, okay, you want to go back to meditation, close your eyes, ground your energy, get centered into your heart space. Remember, do your deep breaths. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And as you begin to get to the center of your being, your heart space, now you want to go ahead and activate this. So go ahead, even if you want to, put it at your third eye. You can put it at your heart chakra. Close your eyes and begin to activate your crystal, okay? So open up that portal, close your eyes, and envision that portal of activation beginning to open up. It can be a door, it can be a spiral of energy that you envision right now. And go ahead and open that door or begin to activate and complete circle rotation, of even faster cycle rotation of the spiral. If it's like a vortex, if the portal looks like this, okay? My portals look like this. Some people's portals will be a door open and you can walk into the portal. But go ahead and begin to activate that portal with light, sending it more light with your breath. Deep inhale and exhale. So when you feel you went ahead and opened that door, you walk through it. What is it? What do you see? Where's that world? Sometimes you'll be taken to a beautiful, ancient, advanced technological city. Could be Lumeria. It could be another planet location. It could be your home planet location. You know, go ahead and just feel the energy that the crystal wants to give you now. Okay, because remember, you began to, in the beginning, you connected and you communicated and you listened to your crystal. It's the first step in a relationship. Whenever you build a relationship with anyone, you have to communicate. You have to listen to them before you can try to attune them to your energy, or before you can really recalibrate to anyone's energy. This goes for all energy, okay? Then once you begin to feel it activated, you feel the world that this brings you, you feel the messages, whatever it needs to say to you, it will come. Now you want to attune your crystal to your energy. For beginners, okay, let's go ahead and close the eyes again, get back into that space, get back into that grounding, calming meditation. And when we've gotten there and we've already felt and communicated, have walked through that door, opened up the portal, felt what we needed to feel, the world that it's coming from, the world that you guys are going to be creating, okay? Really, really important dialogue that you have with your crystals. Now you want to go ahead and attune this to your energy. So what I would recommend for beginners is I would see in your third eye, in your meditation right now, your eyes is closed, and I want you to activate the rainbow on your whole E-fields from your root to your crown. So that's the rainbow, the 7 chakras. Activate it with light, and your whole body is a rainbow, okay? And as this light rainbow is coming from your body, you are connecting to the light rainbow chakras of these crystals, okay? So now your rainbow chakra is in attunement, is attuning actually. Wrong choice of words. Your crystal is attuning to your energy, okay? Because we want to utilize crystal for healing tools for us. So if you have done that, go ahead and take a deep breath and give so much love and gratitude for that attunement. And sometimes, you know what, you can, once you feel that connection, once you feel that you have attuned the crystal's energy to your energy, then we can go ahead and program your crystals. Just like how I have set and programmed my Ethiopian Opal to do what it needs to do for when I'm out, you know, when I'm out around humanity, when I'm not in my space, when I'm not at my sacred temple. This is attuned for the moment I step foot outside of my temple, my sacred space, my home. This knows what to do, okay? Because I've connected, I've communicated, and I've listened to my crystals. I have then activated my crystal. Then I have attuned my crystal to my own energy, which allowed me to come to the step of how to set and program my crystal. So again, you want to always program and set your crystals individually for your awakening, for your ascension. We never use crystals for anyone outside of ourselves and for negativity, of course. So just a disclaimer. Crystals are always used for our healing tools for ourselves, unless specified otherwise that you are a crystal healer or that you are to utilize crystal healing with your clients, which I use all the time. So wanted to go ahead and let you guys know that. So let's go ahead and take a little sip of water. Hello, Commander. Commander tuning in to the crystal frequency. I'm just giving a little bit of an informative introduction to people who are starting to become attuned to crystals, who are becoming more attracted to crystals. So how to set and program individually your crystals for your spiritual awakening and ascension. So like I said, we went ahead and communicated, we connected, we've activated and attuned, and now we can go ahead and set the program settings for what we want our healing tools to be. So like I told you, a setting program for this one was the cloaking device, the cloaking mechanism, which was, the invisible shield. If you see like in Harry Potter, the invisible cloak where he's invisible and he has this cloak over him and he's going around and no one can see him, So that is one of the program settings of my Ethiopian Opal. But also too, the energetic protection. Nothing can penetrate through my e-fields that is not in alignment with my intelligence or my soul identification. So that has been my program for this one, and every single crystal has its own programs, and I'm going to go ahead and get into all my personal ones in a bit. So once we've gotten into that frequency, we've gotten to that meditation, when we've communicated, we've activated, we've attuned, and now we want to go ahead and get into the program settings of the crystal. So now that we've gotten into this meditation, okay, our eyes are closed, back into the center, and we see the alignment of the energy fields of the crystals. We see the rainbow aura of the crystal, and we see the rainbow aura of the self in communication, right? And so now I would envision your crystal kind of like maybe a template. This is kind of maybe a little bit of an advanced way of seeing it, but why not tell you, right? So go ahead and close your eyes and maybe envision your crystal, but in a grid form. So we see it in physical form here, but let's see it in a grid, right? And let's go ahead and zoom into that grid and get into those program settings of the crystal, wherever they're stored and located. Remember, you're doing it through your third eye, your heart space. It knows exactly what to do. Now that we have gone into the program settings, let's go ahead and activate it with the programs that you wish to activate it with. So go ahead and write down, or even write down these tips and tricks so you can think about specifically what you want to attune your crystals with, okay? Something very, very important after you have set the crystals and you've had the intentions and they're doing its job, you know, allow them to have a week and feel the energy, feel how your energy shifts and how your literally life will change when crystals start to come into your life, when you start to utilize them consciously, when you start to activate them and attune these crystals to your energy. Cleansing is extremely important, just like how I did my last live stream on cleansing your energy, cleansing your home, cleansing your e-fields, cleansing your family, you know, your partner or your children, people who you live with. It's important to consistently cleanse your energetic fields. And when I say e-fields, I mean your whole body within, without, and everything of your environment as my e-fields, okay? So we begin to start to cleanse your crystals. Once you have set and attuned them, program your crystals, and they're sitting and they're doing its thing, you want to cleanse your crystals. And again, it's the same thing. You want to tune into that last live stream. We talked about sage, palo santo, how you can go ahead and sage the crystals. Same thing, the way you would sage your home or yourself. Cleansing crystals is extremely, extremely important. Oh, Plato, you entered the portal of the clear quartz. On a planet, large green fields of green and clear blue bodies of water. On a distant mountainside shore, tall white structures integrated into the water and mountains. The entire planet is in loving peace. The sun shines and reflects of the glorious white pillars, refracting rainbow lights over the landscape. Wow, Plato, that is so beautiful. Thank you so much for explaining that, because this is something, you know, as you begin to go through your ascension and you begin to become more into communication with your intelligence, the more it's easier to teleport to these locations. You know, when you go into your clear quartz, you literally go to its home planet location or to where it resides. So extremely, extremely awesome, Plato. Really, really cool. If anyone is connecting with activating, opening the portal of your crystal, I would love, love, love to hear what you guys are experiencing. Maybe even picking up on the planet location, you know, things like that. That's amazing. Sometimes intelligence will even come up and communicate with us. Really, really awesome, Plato. So remember, cleansing is extremely important, okay? And how to program your crystals for home. This one, I really, really, really love this one, and I hope people pay attention, okay? So selenite, how to program crystals for home. Okay, selenite is huge. This is huge for me in my home. Like if I could, I would go back. I got this at Mount Shasta. This whole slab was $2. This is like a couple pounds, like maybe 3 pounds. Like this is huge. This will knock someone out. This is legit weaponry. This is spiritual badassery weaponry. So yeah, anyways. So selenite, okay? You guys, if you don't know about selenite is extremely, extremely high vibrational. It is a crystal where negative energy cannot be absorbed. This crystal is pure light. So no negative energy can ever reside here, okay? Black tourmaline is an absorption of negative energy. So what you would need would be both. For your crystals, how to program your crystals for home, you would use, for me, I recommend you would use black tourmaline. But even if you don't have black tourmaline, selenite is definitely the first thing. So what I do is I put this big old slab at the bottom of right at my front doorstep, in the front of the door and outside of the door. So when people come through my home, their energy is cleansed. And remember, you have to program the crystal. You can't just say, okay, blah, 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 it's going to do this. Because you know why? You have to be able to consciously be aware of what you're doing. Through the spiritual awakening, it's all about consciousness, being aware of what you're doing as a spiritual system, as spiritual intelligence. So my spiritual intelligence is talking to you and trying to help you better understand how you can go ahead and utilize these healing powers. But first you have to program, okay? So I've programmed the selenite to go ahead and be a home protection mechanism, a secure line of defense for my home and my e-fields, my sacred temple. So you can even put this behind your bed, underneath your bed, at the feet of your bed, at the top of the head of your bed, at the bottom, on the floor. This will help with energy, cleansing energy when you're going into your dream sets, when you're going into the dream world, just like dream catchers, you know, selenite. Dream catchers are really holds the characteristics like black tourmaline. Black tourmaline, catches the negativity. It doesn't come into your field. It catches it for you. So the selenite then cleanses. So what you can do, and what is very important, is that when you have crystals, it's very important to cleanse crystals, which I definitely need to do more of. So you can go ahead and set them here, or you can sage the crystals, with your sage. Okay, so those are really, really important crystals that I use. But again, I am an amethyst emissary, so I do have amethyst for protection. The 3 primary crystals that I use for protection is selenite, is amethyst, and tourmaline. All right, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of water. And now I'm going to talk about how to set crystal grids and altar creations. You are connected to the crystals as it is to you. If you lose its awareness, it loses yours. Amazing. Yes, Michael. Oh, Michael. Awesome. Thank you for tuning in, Cassie. All right. Okay. So how to set your crystal grid. This is going to be super, super important, especially for beginners. Okay. So for me, I have a crystal grid. My altar is truly my desk. So where I'm at right now, I actually have my crystals and they're laid perfectly where they need to be. But for right now, since I'm doing a live stream and a teaching, they're all right now right here. So usually for anyone who's beginning their crystal awakening, their crystal healing journey, it's important to create crystal grids and altars to your energy. Remember, I am not the type of person, when I went through my spiritual awakening, I never Googled, how do I need to do an altar? Does the amethyst need to be on the left? Does it need to be on the right? Does it need to be up or down? What needs to be in the center? It is all based on your intuition. When you go through your spiritual awakening, you have to start communication with your higher self. Okay, communication with the higher self is going to be your teacher for this crystal healing, for your crystal healing journey. I am simply giving tips and tricks of what I've used and to help you better understand, to use your discernment, to use your intuition and your higher self, okay? So crystal grids are amazing. I would go ahead and research and take pictures or Google search crystal grids. They get really beautiful and intricate, and it looks like sacred geometry. And then usually, it can program to anything. The crystal grid, you can program crystal grids for home protection. And you can create a crystal grid that is going to protect every corner of your house. And you can create this crystal grid by putting selenite at the north, east, south, and west ends of your home. That alone is a crystal grid, okay? Your altar creations you can have a crystal grid on your altar. Your altar should be a space where you hold sacred divinity. So when you're doing like a meditation, this could be like your meditation spot where your crystals are. I would have my meditation altar with pictures of Saint Germain and Adama of Telos. Mount Shasta and Lumerian energy was so strong in my spiritual awakening. And so when I started to create altars, I really started to have pictures and even my sage and then my books or my cards and things like that. I would have them there. So altar creation is however you want, okay? But it's really important to have an altar, to create a sacred space where you go ahead and you express and you build the traction of your divinity. So this one is super, super huge for me. My top 5 favorite psychic powers of crystals. I think this is important for beginners to understand. Crystals have so many, infinite, thousands of healing powers. But for me personally, in my spiritual journey, I have picked 5 psychic powers that these crystals have helped me, okay? So the first one is protection. Okay, like I said, I have program setted this ring to protection for myself, for my energy, for my e-fields. Crystals can also cleanse. Crystal cleansing, just like this. This is a crystal cleanser. This is a cleansing crystal. You can utilize crystals to equalize out your energy. Equalizing your energy, you guys, okay? Opening and activating your chakras. Making sure that they're in alignment, that you have the perfect alignment of a chakra system, the perfect alignment of a throat chakra and the heart chakra and all of those alignments, right? And also too, a conductor. Crystals are conductors and simulators of energy. And what that means is you can program it to do anything. You can literally have like a citrine. I don't have my citrine crystal out here, but you can have a citrine crystal or any crystal really. You can even have your amethyst and program it to your solar plexus for this to be a healing mechanism for your solar plexus. For some people who have kidney or stomach issues, I would recommend using citrine or even black tourmaline. Anytime anyone has a headache, you can use black tourmaline and just get the headache out. However you feel, you are the healer, okay? You have to start to begin to awaken to your healer self. So that's how you begin to use crystals for healing. You physically, just like how I was doing it, physically taking out the energy, okay? Because I have programmed, I've connected, it's attuned, it's activated, and it's programmed to do a certain thing. So I can go ahead. So if I'm with a client, I can use crystal tools to help pull out negative energy from people. It could be black tourmaline, it could be onyx. Grounding crystals are great for pulling out negative energy. And also too, absorbing. So when I say pull out, it absorbs. So since it absorbs negative energy, it must be cleansed. That's why it's extremely important for those crystals, especially the black ones, black tourmaline, onyx, any of those, it should always be cleansed. Definitely going to my crystal shop after this too. Oh, amazing. Oh my gosh. And Moldavite, it just came into my head. Plato, when I saw your energy, I instantly saw Moldavite. And Moldavite, I didn't bring it out, but it is the most dearest, tiniest little piece of crystal I own. And it is one of the most potent, powerful healing tools that I use. I do healing work with Mama Gaia and land frequency out here in Montana, the energetic plateaus with this Moldavite. So Plato, that was just something, a channel for me to give to you. Moldavite energy wants to step through to you. So you just bought crystals for Christmas. Crystals for Christmas. Awesome. Chop. Sleep chop. That's super cool. So I was just talking about my top 5 favorite psychic powers that crystals can use. But remember, there's thousands upon thousands of ways that you can utilize crystals and the power of crystals. Okay. So how do you store crystals properly? And remember, this is why it's important to communicate with them. Some want to be out, like some want to be at the windowsill. Some want to see people. Some want to just be out and open. Some want to just be in your home, in your room. Some want to just be on your altar. And there's going to be some, excuse me, I had a burp, excuse me, release. But some do just want to be stored and tucked away. And if they do, if you feel they want to be stored and tucked away, place them gently somewhere where your children can't access them or things like that, because crystals, they're truly beings, they're souls, they're this life force energy. To me, crystals are like babies. They're like, not babies, but like puppies, little animals, little cubbies, little animal babies. And so, even though this has like a masculine energy, it's just like a baby, my baby. And then this one, this one's strong. This one I do major grid activation work. This is the light serpent crystal skull. When I'm doing grid activation in the summer, this one came to me strong. Rainbow aura crystal skulls. If crystal skulls resonate with you guys, I was kind of freaked out. Like, why am I connected to crystal skulls? I never was resonated with skulls, but it has to do with my light serpent energy and ancient Egypt and the serpent, the kundalini of earth. And so how the kundalini of earth is rising and she's moving. And so this helps me into better communication with Mother Gaia's kundalini and to connect with mine and for the collective energy. So kundalini work, serpentine, sacred energy like that is so, my soul resonates with that. And so my crystal skull came to me when I started to learn more about my light serpent self. So that was super, super awesome. Oh, how to store. We already went over that, right? Okay. Water programming. Okay. This one is huge. By the way, I gotta have a sip of water. Moldavite is your non-human aspects coming in. It's an off-world element. It so is. So it brings to your origins. You to your origins. Jade calms me. That's beautiful, Plato. Soft silence, healing, stable power. Yes, jade is abundance, detox, immortality. Oh, awesome. I love that, Michael. Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful information. So with water programming, okay, amethyst, rose, quartz, selenite, those are really popular crystals. You can go ahead and attune these crystals first to your energy. It's super important that you do these steps before you go ahead and activate and utilize the healing powers. You want it to become attuned to your frequency first. So if you want to place crystals in your water to either cleanse the crystal or to cleanse your water, you can go ahead and program your water. And the same thing, getting into your meditation, connecting with your water, body, mind, and soul, okay? Your physical senses, connecting to the water molecules of your water. Go ahead and you got to communicate with it. You got to activate it. You got to attune it. And then you can go through its program settings. And once you have programmed this crystal and you program the water, that's when the healing occurs. It's important for us to understand, starseeds, light workers, to be conscious of these steps and these tips and tricks, because they will do a world of difference for our energy. Okay, when we can consciously water program, become our own water healer, become our own crystal healer. And so, you guys, I'm getting towards the end of this live, and I wanted to share with you guys, crystal books and crystal healers that I recommend. And when I wrote this today, I thought, oh, maybe I'll give a list of crystal books that I have and stuff like that. But my higher self told me, You know, crystal books, of course. If you feel called, get a dictionary, crystals A to Z. But you are your own crystal healer. You must feel and use your awareness, use your intuition of how you want to attract your crystals, how you want to program set your crystals, how to communicate with your crystals, how to choose them, all of these different types of things. What powers is there to unlock with these crystals? You know, that communication, that line of communication. Okay, so the crystal books will help you better understand maybe like the physical aspects, but when it comes to the healing properties, it's important for you and your heart to program, set, and communicate. What is it that this crystal is giving me? What is this energetic exchange that needs to happen? And so crystal healers, I recommend, okay, so on Instagram, Crystalline Codes is amazing. My beautiful friend Erica, one of the most beautiful women ever. She is in Hollywood and she is a crystal healer. And I recommend that you learn information about crystal healing from her. And also my good friend Kala at Kala Silo on Facebook. She knows so much about crystals and has helped me so much more on my crystal journey and helped me better be more confident and grounded in the crystal knowledge that I hold, because I may not know a lot, but I know enough to help beginners. And it's all about helping, sharing that information, you guys. Okay. And again, selenite is my go-to crystal. So always got it. I've always got like a big badass sword with me. Or if I'm feeling nervous before a live, I'll sit it on my lap. Or sometimes I'll have this sitting on my lap the whole time. So I just put it on my lap. I feel so much better. And you'll start to feel like the more that you become more into your own energy, begin to master your own energy, the more you can feel the awareness when something else is different. Like, I felt that. I felt my energy get more grounded when the selenite came right here to my root area. Okay, so my crystals and their programming. I'm only going to go through just a few because I've got so many crystals here. But like I said, this one was huge for grid activation. This is my crystal skull, my rainbow aura. It's titanium is what it is, but it is a rainbow aura. Okay, quartz. This is the crystal skull that connects me to Mother Earth's Kundalini, my Kundalini, and the collective energy, collective consciousness Kundalini for my healing work that I do for Earth, and the grid activation work that I do for Earth. And so this is my Egyptian obelisk, which I got also in the summertime. This was huge because my Egyptian Isis, my goddess Isis, told me to throw my pendant into the Clark Fork River. And when I go to Sedona, I would find something else. And this is what I found. And so this is extremely attuned to my energy. And so if you guys know, I had my winter wealth retreat on 40 acres and I had it for a whole week. But I was missing my home so much that I was just like, okay, I'm just going to go home and then I'll come back. So the one night that I left all my crystals. But my sisters, they heard my voice. They heard me in the house, and it's because of this. This right here is a pillar of my higher self and of my protection, secure line of defense, security mechanisms of my e-fields that I've brought with me from my DNA and from my soul identification. So my future self, my present self, and my past self hold this DNA activation of strong security, like security protocol. There's a certain energy about my specific soul where it holds secure line of defense. So this is also a secure line of defense mechanism for when I'm gone. So if I'm not there, I will still be securing that physical property. So say, for instance, like I was in Whitefish, but my soul was still there protecting through my obelisk. So that was the program setting for my obelisk. What else can I show you guys? This was another beautiful one, my amethyst. I got this one. So this one was Grand Canyon. And this one was also Grand Canyon. I love Arizona so much. When we went to Sedona, and crystals actually never called to me there in Sedona. And so when I went to the Grand Canyon, these ones called to me. So this one right here, this one is a huge secure line of defense for all of my home, for my e-fields, and really specifically for my cards. Okay, my crystal cards, my oracle cards, they hold potent energy. And this is a huge secure line of defense that I use for my crystals, my oracle cards. So any of my healing tools, this is like the secure mechanism. So if you guys are familiar with my energy by now, you guys know that the masculine energy within me is extremely strong, very much so about protection. Okay, if you guys know a lot about my missions, I talk about in my YouTube videos of what I'm doing here on missions in my dreams here in Montana, saving children. So very, very strong within my DNA, and why I program these crystals for me specifically. If I was to look up on the dictionary, crystal dictionary, the black tourmaline, that may be for one, but not for me. There's 7 billion people on this planet and more from the past and more to come. So that one dictionary does not mean it's a one size fits all, honey. No, no, no. So you guys, that was really all that I have for you for my crystals and my crystal lesson, this virtual lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for tuning in and sticking around. I am going to do a little card reading to end this beautiful live. So before we end, I'm going to go ahead and pull from Sacred Destiny and the Lightworker Oracle. They wanted to come out, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and share more about that. Let's go ahead and clear these crystals so I can go ahead and do that. This is also really cool. This is Selenite. This is like where I would also place to cleanse. No? So let's go ahead and clear the platform. Does anyone have any questions you want to ask the cards? Is there any collective energies that we need to address? Please comment below. Anytime, sister. All right. Sacred Destiny. Remember, always with everything that you do, any healing tool, you want to always communicate, connect, activate, attune to your energy, and then program setting, setting the intention. What do we need to hear? What does the collective need to hear? What do we need to hear on this live stream? What do us starseeds need to hear on this live stream? Really important. Ooh, wow. Whew. Oh, yeah. Oh, security. We got security. Were we not just talking about security? Secure line of defense? We all security up in here. Yeah, okay, we've got 3. We're picking 3 from the Sacred Destiny. And then the Lightworker. Lightworker Oracle is coming in hot. She want to come through. Okay, Alana Fairchild, what we got? We got, girl. Lightworker, Starseeds, what do we need to hear? Oh, Michael, love you. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, metal, that's right. Yup. See, we're on the same frequency. Love you. Good night, Michael. All right. Ooh. Ooh. Yes. I'm loving it. Wow. Okay. Super powerful, grounding, security, divine masculine coming through. So let's go ahead and channel this collective energy message that we have coming in. So first card we pulled is wisdom. Okay. Wisdom, intelligence, information. It is important for you to become more aware of what is wisdom and what is illusion. Okay, information, intelligence, if it's being brought to you. This is why discernment levels is important right now, because wisdom is being shared with you. But just as much as wisdom, there is chaos occurring. Okay, we've got this tornado going on. This card is healing chaos. But as we all understand the collective energy and what we're going through, the inauguration and this whole fucking impeachment, fraud, blah, 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 the chaos, okay? You guys may not all be in America, but we do understand that the United States of America is the leader of planet Earth when it comes to any and all energetic updates. Anything that the United States says goes. The U.S. corporation, / the United States of America, completely different entities, right? The chaos there that is happening in mainstream media and all of these things. Chaos is occurring. So it's important for you to swim clear into your ascension waters. Make sure to choose those timelines wisely, okay? Wisdom. Choose the timelines wisely, because the healing chaos is occurring. But the healing chaos, okay? Chaos is occurring. But after chaos is the order. That is why it's the healing chaos. And is extremely important why you choose your timelines very wisely. Last card we pulled from Sacred Destiny was security. That's exactly what we were talking about. When we are choosing our timelines wisely, okay, we are choosing self-sustainability. We are choosing decentralization. We are choosing decentralized lifestyle, because what is that? Self-security. Okay, we are no longer becoming reliable on anything outside of ourselves. That is centralization. It is putting our power and everything that we need on something outside of us. Versus decentralization is self-sustainability, bringing people and power back to its people. Self-security. So we got the first card, wisdom. Okay, wisdom coming through. Healing chaos needs to occur before the order. And remember, security. Security is here for us who have chose that timeline. If you choose self-security, if you choose self-sustainability, the timeline is there for you, okay? Because you have wisdom and information and intelligence coming through to help you and guide you in all that you do. Card number 8, Star Child, okay? Babies coming through, lots of children, okay? If you're on my live stream, I was just thinking of women, or the replay, the ones watching, star children being born, more expansion, children. Don't want to say y'all are pregnant, but possibly. No, seriously, that's what I picked up with the star children, because like I said on my last live stream where I talked about the diamond rays and the crystal children, the indigos, the rainbow children, these star children, masses are being born right now, okay? And I know a lot of star mothers right now are in major confusion, especially when it comes to the gestational periods of birth, the creation of birth. There was a woman actually who DM'd me and said to me today, I'm pregnant and I don't know how, I don't want my baby to get the vaccine. How do I go, how do I maneuver that? I said, home birth. She said, I want to have a water birth. And I said, you can do it, girl. I did it. Star children are being born, okay? But that means star mothers, star fathers, conscious parenthood is definitely the time, more now so than ever. Because if you think about humanity and the adults and the stress and anxiety levels, can you only imagine the empathic, the super psychic, and the telepathic and super sensitive, ultra sensitive children collective that we have, and the energy that they hold and how high frequency that they are. So if someone's at a high frequency, the intensity is high frequency, okay? So meaning that their dips and lows is very intense. So it's important to find the stability and the balance between stars, star mothers, star fathers, the family unit, and even getting ready for the creation of the family unit, okay? Star child. Also too, the star child is being born within you, okay? If this doesn't resonate, of no children and things like that, with this conscious parenthood, know that the higher self is saying to you the initiation of the star child is coming through, meaning more star family, more galactic family is going to come to you. But you must take that, you must talk back. It's their connection. They're going to connect and communicate with you. But what are you going to do? Are you going to activate to their energy? Are you going to attune to their energy? It's all up to you. Card number 10, Power of the Divine Masculine, which has been so awesome that my live stream has been filled with Divine Masculine. So we are definitely coming into a rebalance of the power of the Divine Masculine, the star fathers, the balance of the masculinity within humanity is coming really strong, because as this female Christ consciousness, the Sophia code, begins to permeate and truly activate more into this world, it's only going to bring more rebalance to the Divine Masculine collective and also the Divine Masculine within us. Okay, the stars, Father Sky is coming through and saying that the connection, connecting with Mother Earth and also connecting with Father Sky will help you better equalize and balance the masculinity within you. Remember, it always starts with connecting and communicating. And the last card, you guys, is grounding, which also pertains to security. This is extremely important. Self-security, self-sustainability, okay? Grounding. Look at, she's connecting with Mother Earth. Do you see that? Okay, then we got that divine masculine energy now connecting to Mother Earth, grounding. Okay, 15, card number 15, grounding. 5 and 1 is 6, the lower self. So we are starting from the root. We're starting from the ground up, you guys. So it's important every day, staying consciously aware, raising your consciousness every day. Check out my live, 7 Ways to Raise Your Consciousness, which was 2 lives ago. But I'm going to be creating a free PDF for anyone who would like to have these tips and tricks of how to raise your consciousness. 7 steps. Lumeria's real name is Amethyst Rock, 75% water containment, 50% massive land. Wow, Commander, that is so interesting. And that's why, I was so connected to Saint Germain and Lumeria and Mount Shasta and Adama and Telos is through my amethyst. So that's super important. And this is from Mount Shasta too, the first one I ever talked about. Boots on the ground crew. That's right, Michael. That's us. The Galactic Force team. Boots on the ground crew. That's us. Aliens for life. Starseed Galactics for life. So you guys, that was the card pool. That was the collective energy update that we needed. But I also wanted to share with you guys the full moon, it's a coming. And from now on, I will be hosting full moon live streams. So this is going to be important because the full moon live streams are going to be all cards, all collective cards. So I'll pull all my cards out and it's going to be full live Q&A. So any card pull you want me to get, I will pull. Any question you want, I will answer. Okay. But during the full moon lives, if you want a personal card reading with me, you can go ahead and get one with me. So what you would need to do is I will be hosting a card reading special, something super cheap, something that I usually don't have. My usual price would definitely not be here, but it would be the YouTube special card reading price where I will do a card reading special for you on my live stream. So you're free to record that or however you want. But we're going to be doing super fun live Q&A full moon live streams, all cards, any questions you have. It could be collective. It could be for the Pisces energies. It could be for the Aquarian energy. It could be for the divine feminine collective. It could be for the masculine. Whatever questions we have on this full moon, we're going to answer and we're going to hang out. So I highly recommend you guys do not miss that full moon live. Okay. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you all so much. Hello, Vanessa. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Galactica. Much love to everyone. And remember, you guys know I have the next event that I have coming up is very important. And it's probably going to be my last of the year because I've got so much going on, you guys. I've got land to buy and houses to build and a community to create this year. So I'm having one last live event, which is my summer retreat, where you can have a full long ass weekend with me. 5 days, 4 nights, literally all day, all night, hang out, be in Montana and do the healing and transformation with me. So if you feel like that, I've got pre-sale tickets. Once they go up, it goes up to double because this is going to be an extremely high vibrational 5-day weekend with me in Montana. So I love you guys so much. If you guys want more information about that, you can either message me or check my links in the description box. Other than that, have a beautiful night. Oh, not in Shasta. Did I say Shasta? I meant in Montana. I was doing retreats in Mount Shasta, but now I do them in Montana. So thank you guys. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful night. Bye.